I know you're probably surprised to see this video popping up on my channel. This really isn't the type of show I watch. I love a game show. Give me an episode of The Chase to watch after work with a cup of tea and I'm golden. But I would never usually decide to watch this kind of thing. But I was visiting a friend of mine the other day. I had borrowed a book a week ago and was returning it. And as I was about to leave, she said, "Do you want to stay to watch The Masked Dancer?" Now, every part of me wanted to say, no, that sounds like a horrible idea. I couldn't imagine a worse way to spend my time. And then she sweetened the deal with pizza. No, I thought to myself, I can't seriously spend my Saturday night watching that show. It was raining. Fine, I said. So I was sat there watching this show and found myself in a genuine debate about who the contestants were. I had fallen into the trap of the show. So what I figured I'd do is make a video about it because I have far too much to say. Hey, that's the name of the channel. Now I want to say on top of this that I'm not very good at this game. I was convinced that the astronaut was Dean Cain based on the Superman references. Well, I'll be honest with you. I said James Caan, the dad from Elf, because I mixed up their names. So technically I guessed the fella who's been dead for a few months. See ya, I'm not great at it. But my friend is a genius when it comes to this stuff, so I genuinely believe she's figured out who quite a few of these people are. I'll be walking you through our thought process as we was watching the episode. In between slices of double pepperoni. But before we do that, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It really helps the channel out a lot, and you can always unsubscribe at a later date if you don't like what I'm posting. It's completely free. Alright, so for those who don't know, I'll quickly describe what the show is about. Basically, a bunch of D-list celebrities dress up in funny costumes and do a dance. Then the finest C-list celebrities that Britain has to offer try and guess who was under the costumes. For some reason, they always guess people who would never even step foot in Britain, let alone they're familiar with the finer aspects of our culture like beans on toast, queuing up, or the in-betweeners. They'll guess people like Emma Stone and Meryl Streep, then act shocked when it's Chesney from Curry. Right, now, you know what the show is about. So let's get into the contestants for this episode and talk about who is behind the costume. Scissors. So I'm not very good at this game, like I said, but my immediate guess at who Scissors was Pixie Lott. She clearly knew how to dance, and it reminded me of the controversy that happened when Pixie appeared on Dancing on Ice. Or was it Strictly Come Dancing? I think it was the latter. As a celebrity, despite spending years at a dance school. Kind of cheating, isn't it? The whole point of that show is that it's a non-dancer celebrity and a professional dancer, and she had years of professional training. And I figured the wigs and scissors could be referring to a pixie cut. Scissors, pixie cut, Pixie Lott. But would Pixie Lott appear on this show? After all, as far as I'm concerned, she is an A-lister, due to her starring role in the greatest movie of all time, Fred the Movie. My friend thought that it was Ashley Roberts. She reasoned that it's obviously a member of the Pussycat Dolls, and she couldn't decide whether it was her, Melody, or Kimberly. But both of those two had already been on shows too recently. Kimberly was apparently on Dancing on Ice, and I think Melody won the Australian version of, was it The Masked Singer? I don't know. People on Twitter seem convinced that Scissors is Michelle Visage. The Clues segment was held in a salon, and included the fact that contestant's voice had an American accent. In an interview a few weeks ago, Joel Dommett said, "There's some international stars. I can think of two right now that are so huge, I just couldn't believe they came over." Now we know one of those people is Jesse Metcalfe. He was on Dallas years ago when I used to watch that, and apparently he was on Desperate Housewives as well, which I've never seen, but I know is a big show. So could the other big star be Michelle Visage? Someone on Reddit proposed that it was Crystal Versace. I've probably mispronounced that. Put in the clip of that Versace woman being really ignorant.
Versace. Is Versace.
Again, I've got no idea who that is. Apparently they were the Drag Race UK Series 2 winner. What led them to think that it was them behind the mask is the writing on the mirror. A tradition on Drag Race is to leave a message on the mirror with lipstick. The 101 Dalmatians look, one of Crystal's runaway outfits, was a homage to Cruella de Vil. The cat eyes refers to Crystal's signature makeup style. Scissors said that they travelled the world on tours. Drag queens are always going on tours and doing shows across the globe. Viewers also reckon it could be Britain's Got Talent judge and West End star, who's ever referred to her as that latter one, is that because she appeared in Shrek the Musical? Amanda Holden, because she starred in the Manchester-based drama Cuttinger about the lives and loves of a team running a hairdressing salon. So, maybe.
So, here we go.
Candlestick. So there's two theories I want to address here. One is a theory that my friend saw on Twitter, and the other one is one she came up with. And I know she didn't cheat on the second one because I was there when she called it out live. Let's address the first theory. Candlestick is Judge Rinder. So there were clues given out by Candlestick about two particular things. One, about holding court, and two, ice and lemon. The internet put their best tinfoil hats on and deduced that lemon rind equals rinder, and just ice equals justice, Judge Rinder. From those clues, it seems pretty cut and dry, but it doesn't hold a candle to the theory that my friend came up with. Look, Joel, dammit, I can do puns too. Please hire me, ITV. After Candlestick's performance, Joel Dammit got a pretend metal detector, which apparently zones in on clues. They waved it over a knee, and it buzzed. Candlestick revealed a clue saying, "I need to let you know that I went via Tinseltown on my way to success." So immediately I said, Paul Hollywood, because, Tinseltown, Hollywood, but was immediately called stupid because Candlestick didn't have the same build. I'm not very good at this game. But my friend, being the extraordinary detective that she is, immediately said, Ollie Mers, it's Ollie Mers. Apparently he had emergency knee surgery earlier this year. I asked her if he happened to have the surgery in LA for some reason, and she pointed out that he has a song called I Blame Hollywood. Honestly, I'm blown away. The detective skills that woman has. She's incredible. Never in a million years would I have put that together. I'm just an idiot who said the old guy from the Great British Bake Off was busting these moves. So I'm pretty confident in saying that Candlestick is Ollie Mers.
Warm, cozy, and I like to dip my toe in lots of different adventures.
Odd sucks. Now, odd sucks, I'm certain has to be one half of a double act of sorts. Because an odd sock only becomes an odd sock when it loses the other half of its pair. The problem is, what double acts are there around nowadays? My favourite double act of all time, Peacock and Gamble, broke up in 2013. Bobby Ball died a couple of years ago. Laurel and Hardy are long dead. What happened to all the double acts? The only ones I can think of is Ant and Dec and Richard and Judy. And I don't think that Ant could stay away from the booze long enough to get through an entire dance routine. My friend threw out the name Emma Willis. She used to co-host the game show Prized Apart with Reggie Yates. Is that enough, though? I don't know. Maybe if we get a music reference on the next episode we see them on, we'll have more to go on. She's married to the guy from Busted, so I'm sure there'll be something. Another name my friend threw out was Alice Levine. She's known for being part of a trio. She was one of the hosts of My Dad Wrote a Porno. Brilliant podcast, by the way. Give it a listen. She's also exactly the kind of person I would describe as a bit of an odd sock. I love Alice Levine. She's brilliant. Fantastic on Taskmaster.
It's me, Prawn Cocktail. What can I get you?
Prawn Cocktail. Now this one, I'm sorry to say, but we had no solid evidence about who this could be. My friend threw out a few names, so the best I can do is repeat them. Jessie Buckley. Apparently, she came second in a talent show called I'd Do Anything. Naomi Wilkinson. Apparently, she is a host. She hosted a show called Marrying Mum and Dad. Sounds like it's set in St. Helens. Amber Davies. Apparently, she's a singer and she was on Love Island. No, I've got no idea either. And that's sort of the end of this segment. Sorry it's been a bit crap and short.
That's what she said!
But I had no guesses and everything my friend said went over my head because I had no idea who any of these people are, so there's a lot more to say about the final dancers, however.
And being posties, well, that's keeping it in the family.
Pillar and Post. People online originally believed that Pillar and Post were Al Jazz and Jeanette from Strictly Come Dancing. They were pretty easy guesses for a dancing duo costume, and they also had quite an obvious height difference, which matches Pillar and Post. But then they started dancing and my friend said, I don't think it's them. Maybe it's the Speakmans. Apparently they're people on This Morning. I don't know. Why would Post be handing out money? A theory I pitched was that it's Stephen Mulhern. He has that show, In for a Penny, where he gives out money. It's possible. My friend had quite a few ideas for who Pillar and Post could be. The first names she threw out were Toff and Stanley Johnson. They have a close friendship and are similarly built. They were a team on that Celebrity Hunted show that I love. But I'm doubting that old man could lift a finger, let alone a woman. I meant lift a woman, not finger a woman. Need to be careful with my wording there. Plus, I don't think it'd be right for the disgraced Prime Minister's dad to appear on a dancing show, whilst the entire country is falling apart. Having said that, Rudy Giuliani appeared on the American version of The Masked Singer, so stranger things have happened. Maybe Stanley Johnson dressed up as the resignation letter that his son has to mail to the Queen. Another couple's name that she threw out was James and Ola Jordan. Apparently they're also people on Strictly Come Dancing. But then she started telling me about some drama where she posted a bikini photo and she had put on some weight lately, so it can't be her. How do you people know this sort of stuff? About people I've never heard of? You're all mental. Great. So I was editing this video when I received this text. Changed my mind about Pillar and Post, thinking they might be David Seaman and his professional ice skating wife he met on Dancing on Ice. Would explain why he's not that great a dancer but can nail those lifts. Also why she's so much better than him. Great, 2 more people I don't know. How helpful. How am I meant to play this game if I don't know any of these D-list celebrities? The deck is stacked against me. The only person I did know from this episode was the guy who used to be on the Dallas reboot. And he was such a bad dancer that we thought he was an old man. Apparently all 3 of the moves that the dancers did were Dancing on Ice moves. And then towards the end of it, there's a heart, and David met the love of his life on the show. Well, it makes sense. She's probably right. So now that we've covered all 5 of the dancers on the show, how about we have a bonus round? So during the adverts, there's an ad for Lidl with a bit of a bonus masked dancer. The bonus Jonas of the show, if you will. There was a clue that alluded to her partner being a footballer, so my friend's immediate reaction was Perry from Little Mix. Which one was she again? Oh yeah, that one. But after doing some thinking, she changed her mind and put her money on Abby Clancy. Personally, I'd love it if next week the Corn is swimming in an ocean trying to find a mobile phone, and it's revealed that she's Rebecca Vardy. Funnily enough, I recently went to see Shappy Korsandi doing some stand-up, and she was talking about what Rebecca Vardy was like on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Apparently, she's about as dull a person as we're led to believe. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. But yeah, as much as I'd like her to be in the costume, I'm gonna go with my friend and say Abby Clancy. She's the detective here, not me. Final predictions. Scissors. Crystal Versace. Candlestick. Ollie Murs. Odd Socks. Emma Willis. Prawn Cocktail. ? Pillar and Post. David Seaman and his wife. Bonus Jonas. Abby Clancy. I can't believe I've spent this much time thinking about the show. But hey, I had a lovely evening, and if this video does well enough, I'll buy a pizza next Saturday with the money this video makes, and I'll do another video on it. And if you guys want, I might be able to convince my friend to join me for a video about it. If you want to see that happen, please leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below with your theories. I'm really interested to see what other people have come up with. Alright, I'm gonna call it a day there. Bye folks.